Christopher says he has a surprise for his love. Christopher, what is going on?
Hi, Jerry. It's good to be here. I want to thank first the Jerry Springer Show for first opening my world up to transgender women. I think it was about... For me, I was about 14 years old when I saw the first episode. And I remember seeing how a transgender woman would open up to a man and how he didn't have very good, he reacted negatively, in my eyes. I always thought he should have been more empathetic towards her, tried to understand a little bit more where she's coming from.
Yeah.
And yeah, I didn't like how they reacted.
Right.
So after kind of feeling this interest with transgender women, I just kind of made it quiet because my family probably wouldn't understand. Went on, did the American Dream, wife, child, and I had a coworker at a job. Had a real good connection with her. She was funny, she was kind, compassionate.
Was she transgender?
She was.
Oh, I see, okay.
And she didn't tell me that until she was about ready to move. We'd been working together for about 8 months, and then she moved away, and before she moved away, she confessed that she was transgender. And I told her that had no bearing on what I thought about her, how I felt about...
Very good.
How I felt about our relationship as co-workers, so it was this bittersweet goodbye, and that was it.
Yeah.
And then I started noticing I was missing that. Whatever that feeling was, I was missing that.
For her particularly, or just for being with someone who's transgender?
I think it was just being with somebody transgender.
Oh, okay.
So I came to the realization maybe I should just do some research on this. What better way to self-educate?
Are you gay?
No.
Okay.
Come to Dean's and find out why everyone's coming to New England's largest carpet store. Over 6,000 carpets to choose from at incredible bargain prices. Now through Sunday, 50% off on Wear Dated's newest traffic control carpet, the revolutionary dual fiber system designed to fight matting. Now all traffic control carpets on sale with free pad and free installation. Buy any carpet or rug now at Dean's and make no payment, pay no interest for 6 full months. Dean's Megastore in Manchester or Nashua, or Paynes in Danvers and Natick. 1-800-99-CARPET.
So why are you here?
Jerry, I'm here today to ask the woman that I am in love with if she will marry me.
Is that woman that you were working with and she moved away?
No, no.
No, this is someone else you've met in the meantime.
Correct.
And you've been out with her?
Right.
Do you date her often? Do you?
Our relationship started with an Instagram message. I saw her profile pic. I did a search for hashtag transgender because I was realizing that that is something that I like.
Have you been out with her?
Yeah.
Oh, so you have met her already. You've been out with her. How long?
We've been together for 6 months.
Oh, are you living together?
We are.
Oh, okay. So now this is someone that's already in your life, but you're going to ask her to marry you.
Right.
What, is that who Catalina is?
Yes.
She's outside the studio, hasn't heard any of this. We're going to bring her out. You're going to ask. Here's Catalina.
Don't forget that McDonald's regular hamburgers are still just 59 cents each, and cheeseburgers are still just 69 cents each. I know I won't.
Baby, from the moment that we first met, I knew there was some kind of connection that I've never felt before. The way we finish each other's sentences, the way you think just like I think, the way our fights get even better and better every time when we learn how to take on life even more hell-bent than the last. All I want to do is spend the rest of my life to show you how you deserve to be treated. Will you marry me?
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll be back.
Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Someday, we'll walk in the...
Well, we haven't heard from Exotica.
Exotica, my sister.
All right, wait a minute. And Mona. Oh, you want to hear? Sick people next door. They cut their lawn every week, pay their taxes, and now they're on the Donahue show. It must be rating week, and it's about time for you all to turn your hymnals to page 26, because we'll give you a chance. You both will have a chance to tell us your own view. Transvestite prostitution is here. And apparently, there is a client, obviously, there's a clientele for this. There are people who seek transvestite prostitutes, huh?
Oh, amen.
Okay.
Thank God.
And we'll be back in just a moment.
Your pets go many places during the course of a day, and you can't always protect them when they go into flea and tick-infested areas. We can. Used as directed, Heart's Blockade for dogs and cats repels and kills fleas and ticks, including ticks that carry Lyme disease. By creating a barrier, Heart's Blockade prevents these pests from living on your pets. Helping to improve your pet's quality of life is your responsibility. Helping you do that is Heart's.
So, you know.
No kidding.
Yeah. But I mean, not like high and mighty, like, you know, name that I would say and you would know the name.
Now, Silver, just explain this to me. I don't want to, you know, I'm not going to be mock naive here.
No, don't be.
But I assure you, do your tricks know you're a male person?
Client.
Your clients, I'm sorry. Do they know you're... You're enjoying this a little too much. You all right?
Well, we watch it every night here like this.
I'll tell you. You what?
I've led a sheltered life.
I know you have. West Virginia?
Yeah, Martinsburg, West Virginia. Or maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Awesome.
You know, no, I didn't know. I knew what myself felt, but I really didn't know that there was a world, that there was a life, and this happened. You know,
So
I only knew
suddenly-
my own desire.
Right. And you were...
Skin is not necessary.
Mrs. Elliott's cooking class emphasizes lighter foods, and since today's lesson is chicken that isn't bland or dry, she'll reach for the tangy zip of Miracle Whip.
Zip is your vital ingredient.
Kitchen A mixed in honey and mustard. Kitchen B, Italian dressing.
Miracle Whip salad dressing gives poultry zip.
Grilled, baked, and broiled, one lesson was learned by all.
No kitchen is complete without zip.
To make any chicken taste moist and tender,
Reach for the zip of Miracle Whip.
Why I have
Even though you say the men know you're men, what makes you think that? I see you walk in, you look like a beautiful young lady. You look like you have a nice body and everything. I wouldn't have known you're a man.
Thank you.
In other words,
thank you.
Yeah, you could fool a client.
Thank you. I could, but the way my clients are brought to me, they're not brought to me through a straight network. They're brought to me through a transsexual, transvestite network.
So you don't walk on the street like most prostitutes do?
No. I mean, I've walked in the street like that, but I wouldn't do that. It's too risky to do that.
Right. Do your clients, I'm going to ask you this again. I'm still not a little confused about
They know that I'm a man.
They do?
Of course. I don't look like a woman.
In other words, you're not... See, here's the thing. Most of us would think that a guy hires a hooker and all of a sudden he discovers that she's a male. That's going to really, you're going to get, somebody's going to punch you out when they find out. That's the point.
No, any time that I've been beaten, it's not because they didn't know I was a man. It's other things. But if someone comes to me, they're coming to a TS or a TV, not television, transsexual. They come to you for that particular reason. Yeah, they don't come, if they want a prostitute, they'll,
And you say most of your clients are married men?
Most of them, lots of them, yeah.
Now, a married man who's interested in a transvestite is what? A married man who has gay fantasies and doesn't want to act them out with a visibly obvious man? I want to understand this. What do you think?
Technical. It's very hot in here.
If you don't know, Silver,
I'm going to explain it to you real briefly. Okay, like a man will come to me, and in a way I kind of look like a woman, but I don't, so I'm not a woman. So like the man is gay, but he doesn't really want to be gay. He's married and all that. So by sleeping with me, he kind of has his cake and eat it too, in a sense, because he's getting a male anatomy, and, I'm more exaggerated than any woman would be.
I was just curious, like, are these yours?
Do you have breasts?
Yes, girl. I'm not answering that. Well, here's my... No. I'm not answering that. That's a personal question. I wouldn't ask you that.
Well,
That's a personal question.
Would you like to be rich? It could all be yours when you follow the Harris-Clark system.
I'm Harris Clark. With my technique, it's possible to make millions of dollars quickly, easily, with almost no money down. So, my friend, stay tuned and see what could all be yours by simply following the Harris-Clark method. How many donuts you sell today?
24.
24. Great number. Cookies?
36. That's some good system you have there, Harry.
Thanks. How many lollipops?
Yeah, hang on. We haven't even talked to Exotica, transvestite prostitute, New York City. How's business?
Fabulous.
Really? Okay. You obviously feel how shall I say this, brotherhood, sisterhood with Darius. But how do you feel about Silver's point? You wouldn't, this can be rough, this game you're in.
We want a car that looks good and won't fall apart in only a few years.
We got a whole lot of love for you. We got a lot of Toyota for you.
Camry's perfect for us.
And now is the perfect time to get a Toyota Camry, the most trouble-free compact car 3 years running.
We got a whole lot of
There's great savings on Camry option packages, big factory dealer incentives, and your Toyota dealer has a special Camry lease program.
We got a great deal.
Best cars, best trucks, best time.
Got a whole lot of deals for you.
Mona, in high school, did you slept with your gym teacher?
Yes, I did.
That would be that's a gay relationship. You weren't dressing at the time, were you?
I always looked like a girl since I was 5 years old. I live my life as a girl. I date straight men. Most of my men are...
You date straight men, yes?
Most of them are married. Most of them prefer being with me instead of their wives. If they could be with their wives, they wouldn't come to me.
Yeah. Please give us your read on this, Mona. We want to understand here. Why would a straight male want to be intimate with a cross-dresser?
I think I'm the fantasy of the night. Once the lights goes down, I come up.
Oh, Mona, that sounds like something on the brochure. Now, come on.
It's hard to get different people to agree on anything, which is why McDonald's has so many different extra value meals to choose from. So now, no matter what your tastes are, you don't have to pay full price for a full meal. McDonald's extra value meals, one thing everyone can agree on.
That maybe he's not going to be this way all his life. Yeah.
I want to know if something happened to them when there was a child to make them the way they are, or is it just something
happened to you? Your mother dropped you on your head or something. That's why you're...
To who? To me?
Yeah, any of you.
Well, I don't remember if she dropped me on my head. I mean, she died when I was young.
Yeah.
I don't understand the question of
She
did
thinks
something
that
happen?
I think the woman feels that this is a disorder which may be caused by an environmental incident or a childhood incident.
Is that what you think?
I could explain to you.
I mean, I know usually a child that are molested by a male person in the family when they're young
Oh,
can
that's
affect
a
them
myth.
this way.
Sit down. You're wrong.
Well, Silver.
Please, don't come at me with
Silver.
this.
You wouldn't treat a client this way.
Yeah, all that is, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude, but it's just uneducated. You know, it's just. I study it too.
Psychology, but incidents like that as a child can affect a person when they grow older. Is that how they're just kinky? That's what I want to know.
Next question.
Skip you.
I don't understand. No speaking.
How about the other two?
What about them?
Their parents. Your parents know what you do for a living?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. What do they think?
Yeah, sit down.
No. No. So, what do they think?
My mother's quite happy.
Oh, they are? Okay, fine.
Yes.
At what age do you have to retire from this profession?
At what age, excuse me?
What age do you retire?
Well, see, I don't do this full time. You know, I go to school during the day. I live my life as a boy, and I go to school. So I only do about 3 people a day. You know, so this way, once I graduate...
3 people a day is part-time?
Yeah.
What are you studying in school?
I'm studying psychology. I'm a psych major.
Well, then you ought to sit down. And we'll be back in just a moment.
When you think about the unique joy your dog brings you, why would you ever want to feed him anything less than America's finest dog food? New Reward. For the very best dogs in the world, what may just be the very best dog food.
We did. Oh, Mom.
Ricky's Viewer's Choice. Gender bending.
I like being a woman.
They were born boys, but they want to be girls.
You believe that you should have been born in a woman's body. I believe that with all my heart. I'm going to be a woman in 2000.
But their parents can't accept it.
I don't want to call my daughter. I'm just hungry, regardless if I'm in a skirt or jeans. I don't want you to do this. You're breaking my heart.
Will their sons become their daughters?
I want to know what the hell you think you're doing.
It's Viewer's Choice, today on Ricki Lake.
Heartbroken and devastated because they say their families refuse to accept them. Why? Because they are young men who want to become women. The parents say it is impossible for them to live with the fact that their sons want to become their daughters. We're going to try to help these families heal the hurt in their relationships. This mother is not only saddened that her baby boy chooses to live as a woman, she is afraid if he doesn't stop living on the edge, he is going to pay with his life. And this mother says she just wants her son back. She says she cannot understand why he has chosen to be a woman. She wants to know how he could do this to her and her family. Tony says she is confused and hurt that her 16-year-old son Stephen likes to dress like a girl and even wears her makeup and lingerie. But what really terrifies her is what Stephen plans to do when he turns 18. Tony, thank you for being here. What is it he wants to do?
He wants to take the money out of his trust fund and get a sex change operation.
He has told this to you?
Yes.
And this obviously is very upsetting to you. How does it feel being his mom?
I love my son, I love my children, but it breaks my heart. I have 3 daughters. God gave me 3 daughters and a son. I love my son as much as anybody can love their children, but it breaks my heart.
What was he like growing up? Was he the kind of kid that liked to play with dolls?
Well, he would play with his sisters. With his older sister, he would play dolls with her. He never played in the dirt. If he got a piece of string on his clothing, he would literally scream until I took it off. He was always not real masculine or anything, but, you know, he wasn't real feminine. He more or less liked to play with girls more than boys. Most of his friends are females.
Did you question that maybe he might grow up to be gay? Did you?
No, I just figured, you know, because he was around women more often, that it was because of being around females all the time and not so much males.
Do you find that you're blaming yourself because of this?
Yes.
Do you feel like you did something wrong?
Yes, I do, because he would, you know, when he was a baby, he would crawl into bed with me, and he would go watch me put on makeup, watch me get dressed for work, watch his sisters get, you know, dressed and everything. He'd go out with his sister, his older sister.
So you're feeling that maybe there wasn't enough testosterone in the family?
May not have been. That's, you know, it makes me feel bad because I blame myself for it.
Does it bother you that he's gay, or does it bother you that he wants to be a girl?
That he wants to be a girl.
So you're not homophobic. You're not upset at all.
No, one of my best friends was gay.
So that's not the problem. The problem is that he wants to change his sexuality.
Right.
Well, you know, why don't we meet your son and talk to him?
Okay. Well, basically, your eyes are in pretty good shape. However, you have a slight astigmatism in your left eye. It's not uncommon, but we'll give you a new prescription.
iWorld is associated with some of the best independent optometrists you'll find, so your prescription accuracy is guaranteed.
And I notice a big difference.
Wow. That's amazing.
iWorld, the vision professionals. Right now, you'll get 2 pairs of glasses for the price of 1 and get them in about 1 hour at iWorld.
Stephen, come on out. Now, you prefer to be called Stephanie.
Yes.
So he does look like a woman. Not according to you. Your mom's out here. You've been listening. I know she's really upset about this. What can you say? I mean, you're the only person that's been living your life the last 16 years. What has your life been like?
Well, Ricki, my father, he hasn't really been in my life. And he came into my life when I was 11 and a half, 12 years old. And it's just, he never really was around, you know. And I would have enjoyed having a father to play catch with, you know. It's like, he should be proud of me, and my mother should be proud of me for if I were to play football, to play basketball, if I want to be a ballerina. They should be proud of me for who I want to be.
So, you said your father was never around. Do you blame your father?
No, because there were family difficulties that were going on, so he never really had the chance.
Do you think that your life might be different now if he was in your life?
Well, he is in my life right now, and I really enjoy having him there, because it's like he's been the best father figure I've ever had in my life, and I love him.
What do you want to say to your mom today?
Mom, ever since I was a little boy, I would sleep in your lingerie because I like the feeling of the silk. I was raised around Chuck. It's the person I want to be, and it's the person who I am.
But you're only 16. How do you know who you are? I didn't know who I was at 16.
Well, see, this all started when I was 12 years old on a bet. One of my friends from school bet me $50 that I wouldn't dress up as a girl for Halloween. And I did it, and I enjoyed it, so I continued on with it, and it has become my life.
Yes, ma'am. Are you still in school?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
And do you go to school dressed as a woman?
Once in a while, yes.
Okay, I'm just curious when you started to make the change in school. Yes. Yeah, what do the kids at school think?
They make fun of me. They call me fag, queer, different names. But I just let it roll off like water on a duck's back.
Is she right about your intentions when you turn 18?
Yes, she is.
You do plan to go through with this operation?
And as I would do that, but before I do that, I will be taking hormones. They do not allow me to do that right now.
Okay, Mom, what is it you want to say to your son?
Stephen, I love you. I always will, but I don't want you to do this. It hurts. You're breaking my heart.
I know, Mom. I love you. I love you with all my heart. You know that. Hey, like I said, you should accept me for who I am and what I want to be.
But you don't understand what it's doing to me.
Mom, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love you.
I can't see you do this. I can't sit and watch you do this to yourself.
Now, you have a plan when you do have this operation. You plan to become a lesbian.
No, I do plan to become straight, but I would like men.
You would like men.
Yes. And as of right now, I have gone out with females before, but in the past 6 months or so, I have begun to look at males.
I know you said your dad wasn't in the picture, but your dad is here today, and he has something to say. Let's meet him.
His dad was gone for a while.
Right. Let's meet your dad.
When you think about the unique joy your dog brings you, why would you ever want to feed him anything less than America's finest dog food? New reward. For the very best dogs in the world, what may just be the very best dog food.
Come on out, Bill.
I want to know what the hell you think you're doing, dragging me across the United States. You embarrass the hell out of me. And why are you embarrassing your mother?
If that's what it takes.
No. You're going to listen to me.
Have a seat,
You're
Bill.
going to listen to me.
Bill.
Because of the fact, I pay the freight bill. I pay the bills. You live in my house. You live by my rules.
Okay, but Bill, can you understand that he's not doing this to anybody. This is the way he feels. This is who he is.
I don't care what this young man does when he turns 18 and moves out on his own. As long as he lives in my house, you will live by my rules. I am required by law to take care of you until you are 18.
So what are your rules? Is it not appropriate that he dressed the way he's dressed today?
This is not appropriate.
Yes, but if this is what
This is not appropriate.
If this is what it takes to get you to understand who I am and what I want to become, then that is what I have done.
No,
You shouldn't set me for that.
I have 3 daughters. I have 1 son. What happens when I die? The only one left to carry on this family name is you.
Yes, please.
And as a woman, you cannot carry on my family name or your family name.
Bill, you have all these demands now, but where were you in the formative years?
Where was I? That was my fault. My wife and I had problems. I am an ex-felon. I did time in San Quentin. When Stephen was conceived, I didn't even know about it when her and I split up.
All right, yes.
The Fredder Price Challenge, April 16th. A Sony camcorder. Highland's price was good. Leechmere was better. And Fredder even better. But at Fredder, you get a case and extra battery. $100 in extras, absolutely free. At Highland and Leechmere, you only get the camcorder. More proof that for value and service, it's always better to shop at Fredder.
Ma'am. To Stephen, I think that since you're still young, you should calm it down some because you still live with your parents and you have to obey the rules.
Well, I'll tell you guys what, Mom, today, for the very last time, for the rest of my life, I will get a makeover to look like a boy for the last time.
So is this in some ways you feel like maybe your parents can say goodbye to that part of you, that's Stephen?
Yes.
That won't be the last time.
All right.
Ma, you're going to have to accept me for who and what I am. The same thing for you, Dad.
I don't have to.
All right. Coming up next, this mother is here to plead with her son to please give up his desire to become a woman and go back to being her son. Transsexual and transgender sons are here to say, Mom, accept it. I'm your son, but I want to be a girl.
stays that way because of our new reusable and resealable Fresh Lock package. Now that's using your head.
Transgender and transsexual teens work with their families and convince them to accept their lifestyles. But our next guest, Ruth, says she can't accept that her son Leroy is gay and wants to become a woman. They say it is tearing their family apart. Ruth, tell us, what's the story?
I first got custody of Leroy. He's naturally my nephew. When he was 6 years old, he's now 21. And all through the years of growing up, he was a great child. He was perfect. But now, all of a sudden, he wants to become a woman,
and that makes him not perfect to you anymore?
I can't accept that.
Why not? You always knew that he was different, right? And in fact, his mother, your sister, disowned him, basically.
She gave him up, and I took custody of him through courts. I raised him as my son. I still think of him as my son.
But he was abandoned once by his biological mother, and now his adoptive mother is abandoning him.
I'm not abandoning him. I could accept him more being gay if he would not dress as a woman.
So that's where you draw the line?
Yes.
So have you discussed this with him in the past?
Yes.
And what's his response?
We argue. I don't want to argue anymore.
Tell us what it's like for you as his adoptive mother, as his biological aunt. What has this done to you?
Sometimes I feel like it's my fault because I have 4 other children who look up to him, and they still call him their brother. I don't want to call him my daughter.
And he doesn't want to be called Leroy anymore. He wants to be called Leia. And you just can't see a time in your life when you will be comfortable with this?
No, I can't.
All right, you know what? Let's meet him and talk to him. Come on out.
Foxy lettuce, crisp, mild, and nutritious. The pride of California's Salinas Valley.
Leia's got legs. I want your legs, Leia. Hi. Oops. She said she can't accept it yet. She obviously loves you. Look, she brought you flowers. She brought you a gift. What do you want to say to your mom?
I love you, and I'll do anything for you, but I can't turn straight, and I can't raise the family that you want me to. But this is tearing me apart because you used to be my best friend. And now it's just taking control, and I want to compromise things and be the people, the family that we were once before. And you guys don't acknowledge me. I can't come to your house. I mean, that's one reason why I moved to Florida, because I can't come to your house. It's hurting me so bad. I mean, I might be gay, but I'm your son. You know, I might be living as a woman, but I'm a human being. You know, you need to treat me like a human being. I'm not here to disrespect you or Dad or Gary. But we need to stop all this nonsense and be the family we once were before I was a woman.
Leia, that's beautifully said. Can you explain it to us? Because I mean, I'm learning a lot in this hour. I understand that it's up here. Like, gender is very different than sex. And
You know, Ricki, I didn't wake up one day and just say I was going to be gay. I didn't wake up. Ruth was an inspiration for me. As much as I love her and Gary, me and Gary really never had a father-son relationship. I was always with Ruth. I was always close to Ruth. I always looked up to her, seen her put her makeup on, you know. I never had my real father around. I always had a female role model around me.
Okay, but you know, I'm sorry to interrupt, but a lot of young boys grow up without a father figure. They see their moms putting makeup on, and yet they don't want to become women.
Right, I'm not saying that's the fault, Ricki. I'm not saying that's the fault, but the point is you know, I just want to compromise things. I love her, you know. I love Gary, and I want to see my brothers and sisters, you know.
But she says she can't accept this, so where's the compromise? You are following your heart and what you believe. You believe that you should have been born in a woman's body.
Yes, Ricki, I do. I believe that with all my heart.
All right, you know what? Your dad is here, Gary is here, and he has something he wants to say. Let's meet him. Gary? Gary, what would you like to add?
I'd like to say that it's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. That's within my point. And I'd like to have grandchildren, and he'll never have grandchildren.
Yeah, but lots of heterosexuals don't have children either. So, I mean, I'm sorry that your dream isn't
grandchildren from him.
Right, but you know what? That's your dream. That may not be his. He's not gonna...
I raised him as a man, not a girl.
Leah, what do you want to say to Gary?
Uncle Gary, I know we ain't never had the father-son figure.
I know.
You know that, and I know that. And Pumpkin knows that. But the thing is, we need to stop this nonsense and realize that I'm your son, regardless if I'm in a skirt or jeans. And we need to realize that I'm not going to change for you and Pumpkin, nobody, because I'm happy being the way I am. I can't live for other people. I have to live for me, and then I can go without my son.
Gives us permission to let our hair down.
What is it? Chill out.
I don't know, but what else am I going to do this summer?
It's games, promotions, fun, and free cars. It's like Woodstock, man.
It's people in tight pants moving fast.
Yes, ma'am, hi. What do you want to say?
This is more of a comment. They're telling for the parents and for the aunts. They're telling you that they're not choosing to be like this. As much as it's hurting you, it's hurting them twice as much. So you should just accept them for who they are and love them for who they are regardless.
That's easy for you to say, honey, but what if it was your brother? What if it was your brother?
Unconditional love, it's love regardless.
Yes, ma'am. What do you want to say? What's his name? That's Leia. Before you get that operation, you really better think about
I'm not
what you
getting that
want.
operation.
But you're not going to go through with the operation.
I'm at this stage, Ricki, I want to get it and I don't, but right now I'm comfortable being who I am. My husband accepts me, and you know,
you're married to a man?
I'm not legally married, but in heart, yes, I am.
Okay. I want to get our expert involved because we have lots of questions. I mean, this is fascinating to us, and most of us don't understand it. Barbara Ann Perino is the program director at Lambda and works with transgender youth. Let me go to you because you don't have a microphone on. Now, how common is this, Barbara Ann, if you could stand up?
The reaction of the families?
Or these men wanting to be women?
It's not common. Statistically right now, as statistical as we can get, about 1 in 37,000 biological males identifies or presents at gender clinics for sex reassignment surgery. Those aren't real good numbers. We don't know because of the hidden nature of transsexuality.
They're all sort of reacting. You know what you speak because you two were in these young men's shoes.
It's a man. Yes, it was. For a long time, and eventually came out and became empowered through health and peer support and family support, which is so very, very important.
Wow, and very rare. All right, we're going to continue our discussion. Coming up next, this woman says she can deal with the fact her cousin is gay, but she says the thought of his having a sex change makes her nauseous. Will she change her mind? We'll find out.
Did you hear a shocking rumor about one of your parents and now want to know if it's true? If you want to say, Mom, Dad, is what I heard about you really true? You could be a guest. Call 1-800-GO-RICKY. You must be 18 or older to call.
They can't accept that their sons want to become women, but is it easier for other members of the family to accept a transgendered person? Melanie says her cousin Greg is like a brother to her, and it is heartbreaking that he wants to become her sister. Melanie says she can deal with the fact that he's gay, but sex change is just too much to take. Melanie, what's the problem?
Greg, I love him. He's a great female and a male. He lives as a female. I mean, my kids call him a she. You know, just
and her name is not Greg. Her name is Tanya.
It's Greg.
but she likes to go by Tanya.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a problem with me doing that.
Okay.
We love each other. The problem I have is I'm afraid that if Greg went through with a sex change, that's permanent. There's no going back on that.
But you grew up with him. He was like a brother to you. Did you notice that he was more like a girl?
I told him he was gay before he came out. I've known that all my life. That's not the problem.
But what about the fact that
girl clothes? He's beautiful. He can do that. He's fine. He's already living as a female. I don't understand what an operation would do for him.
Well, let's ask him, shall we? Let's ask Tanya. Tanya, come on out. Hi, Tanya. How are you? We've been talking a lot about you. What do you have to say? I mean, how does it feel being in the body you're in now?
Well, first of all, I want to speak for the girls up here in my shoes. I think as growing up in the bad life that I had as a child, I'm 29 now. They're younger than I, but I have been there, and there's no way possible we can live for anybody but ourselves to make us happy. No way. And I firmly, strongly believe my cousin is been my best friend. My family bailed out on me. I'm sorry, I'm a little nervous.
That must be incredibly upsetting to you.
It is.
So your best friend is letting you down because she is not accepting what you want to do in life.
I accept him as far as I worry about him. He's had a hard life, a very hard life. And I love him, and I take up for him more than anybody.
So will you accept him no matter what he does, including surgery?
Yes, I'm afraid for him. That's something major. And it's psychologically, I'm afraid that it will hurt him. You know what I mean? Psychologically. I don't know what he will be then. I don't understand that.
If you've got a passion for pepperoni, but Italian sausage also makes you sizzle, now Pizza Hut gives you these two favorite toppings together at a price that can't be topped. The new Italian Classic Combo Pizza. Piles of pepperoni, tons of Italian sausage, all smothered between 2 layers of cheese. And now get one for just $8.99, a second just $4 more. Pepperoni, Italian sausage. But you better hurry, this deal is going fast. Pizza Hut, making it great.
Applaud that on her feelings, but my feelings are totally, they do a backflip on that because my family, I've taken care of myself. Okay.
Yeah, and you've also met your true love.
Oh yes, and I love him dearly.
And he's here. We want to hear what he has to say. Let's meet him. Chris, come on out. Hi, Chris. Nice to see you.
How's it going?
Now let me just say to everybody here, you were a heterosexual.
Yes, ma'am.
And you still consider yourself to be a heterosexual.
To a certain extent. Yes, ma'am.
You fell madly in love at first sight.
Head over heels in love with him. Yes, ma'am.
So, and how long have you been together?
3 years.
3 years. That's wonderful. So how do you feel about Tanya going through with this plan?
I accept it, and if that's what he wants to do, I support him 110%.
Do you have anything you want to say to his cousin?
You know, if that's cool that you're going to accept him and stuff like that. It's his decision. If he wants to do it, let him do it.
Oh, I won't stop him. I would just fear for him. I would be very much more mentally stable living for myself if society would leave girls like us alone and let us explore our true inner feelings. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
I feel that for the whole family, none of y'all have the right to judge what they want to do. As long as they're happy, they don't have to.
But wait a minute, but in the cases, well, in Steven's case, he's a minor. He is 16.
I understand all of that, but it's not like he could be doing worse stuff. He could be taking drugs. He could be doing a whole lot of other stuff. He ain't doing it. He's doing this thing in school, so y'all should. Yeah, as far as the father, you're an ex-felon. You have no right to be taught. You come into his life at 12 years old, then you think you have a say.
That was my fault.
Yes,
that was my fault.
You don't have no say. You can't just come in now and then think you have the say and lay down the law. You broke the law. You're an ex-felon, so therefore you don't have the right to lay down the law.
For the holiday, one might think Highland would relax monitoring the competition's prices. No way. In fact, to assure you that Highland's prices are incredibly low, we're sending a few extra agents into the field. Dismissed.
Right now, during Highland's pre-holiday sale, this Zenith 19-inch color TV is just $199. Plus, you'll find savings on hundreds of other items.
Jenkins. Bit much, don't you think?
Triangle guests are back for more.
He's been a busy boy. Have you been a busy girl?
And their stories are juicier than ever.
I'm pregnant with your baby.
It's a cheap fest you won't soon forget. Monday on Ricki.
Are you a drag queen who's embarrassed by your girlfriend who has no style? If you're a drag queen who wants to make over your frumpy friends, you could be a guest. Call 1-800-GO-RICKI. You must be 18 or older to call.
Big Ed got this 19-inch color TV at Rent-A-Center for just $9.99 a week. We didn't need credit or a deposit, so we sprang for a VCR, too. What a wild man.
Me? I rented this camcorder to tape my precious family. At Rent-A-Center.
Do you date men?
Yes, I date strictly men.
You look like a female. What happens when they find out that you don't have
I mean,
the
9
female
times
genitalia?
9 times out of 10, they still be like, well, I want to get to know you as that person. You know, you can't be nerd-minded all the time.
Anybody who fools with you, I don't care. He's gay too.
Okay, but you can
There's no way that
you
he
can
gonna
say
say
it like
I'm
that.
a man, I'm a heterosexual, and he's messing with
Look
you.
at it like that, but
He's
what?
gay.
Okay, but it's the same reason. But I'm saying
Shannon, what is it your business who he sleeps with?
He puts me in his business.
Hi, Ricki. The guy in the black on. You should have some kind of respect for your mother, because your mother is breathing inside.
And if you want to be a woman, represent a woman, not be a prostitute. If you're going to be it fully, okay? But you should learn how to respect your mother. Because your mother was crying.
All women are whores, and let's get that straight.
You're starting a riot here. Erica, you say all women are whores. Does that mean your mother's a whore?
Everybody is a whore, all women.
No, wait, I want to hear from your Eddie's mom. Did you hear what he just said?
That's not true at all. That is the ones that give us good
I represent you.
When you talk about females, you're talking about all of us.
My mother is
You're on your saying you want respect for your decisions. Respect yourself.
When we come back, will our guests ever accept their transgender family members? Don't go away.
Whoa, you are the most beautiful woman I have ever seen, and I mean that, I really do.
You'll find these shoes at department stores for up to $45. I found them at Parade of Shoes for $17.98.
Once you get used to it, you'll love the color.
Call
1-800-4PARADE. Department store shoes at an unbelievable price.
We've been talking to men who've been living their lives as women despite the fact that their parents cannot accept it. Now, Barbara Amperino, as we've been talking before, she is the program director of Lambda and works with many young people struggling with this issue. I mean, it's so hard for us to understand what it is like to be in these young people's shoes.
And you can never understand. Sometimes I don't understand. As a woman of transgendered experience, I went through many similar situations and have dedicated most of my life now to working with other trans and lesbian and gay bisexual individuals and dealing with emotional difficulties. One of the things I think we need to understand, and it's difficult for parents and friends to understand, that this is not a choice. These kids, these girls have known since early as childhood they were different and suppressed those feelings. And that suppression, if it's not released and taken care of, can cause grave emotional difficulties later in life. Those difficulties can include alcohol and substance abuse, severe depression, suicide. They need the support now more than ever. They're coming out to the people they love the most, and I clearly see the love and care that these parents and friends, they're concerned for these kids because there is homophobia, there is bias and discrimination. There is real risk out there. We're targets. These girls are targets, and you don't have to look any further than the Matthew Shepard incident to know that there is risk here. But which risk is greater? Letting these girls be who they are, happy and fulfilled in their lives, or them suppressing who they are and falling into a spiral of what could be very destructive behavior? This is difficult for them.
You said something, I want to get it out really quickly. You said something backstage to me that I don't remember if it was your mother or a mother that you came in contact with.
Parents that I've worked with and other children and families, after the parents have become educated and worked with their kids and with other organizations and also gotten support, I've heard this over and over again. They've come to say, I would rather bring flowers to your hospital bed after your surgery than bring flowers and place them on your grave.
Interesting. We'll be right back after this.
It was horrible. Our surf commercial. Kevin comes home from college with disgusting laundry. P.U. Look out. There goes the neighborhood. Hey, boy. Newton's out. So's Kevin.
That's okay on dirt, but only new system surf gets out top odors, too.
Before surf.
Yuck. And after.
Yes. For really bad dirt and odors, use new system surf.
Hello, can I say something?
I have a ranch house.
Who are you going
and
to
a
marry?
home.
Who are you going to marry? What? I guess not. A straight man or a gay man?
Has a son and everything.
What
We're
about?
Gonna get married for our 3rd year anniversary. We've been together for a year and a half.
What are you going to do with your penis?
Keep it.
Give it to you.
He's gonna give it a half.
You become a lad with a... You are going to have a sex change operation, right, Michelle?
Yeah, in 1 year.
And then you're going to get married?
Well, I've been with him for 5 years. We've just been breaking up back and forth, and now it's over.
Does he know you're transsexual?
Yeah, he knows.
That marriage is not gonna work, girl. Get yourself a steady
Who here,
man.
if you had the money, would have a sex change? I know Michelle would. If you had the money, would you have it?
Maybe
I don't
10
know
years
because
from
we
now,
make
I'll
money
probably
like
have
this.
it. No.
You, Silver? I don't know. I'm not ready yet. I'm not really ready yet. You have to be ready. You have to understand, like, I've been around since I'm 13. I've been selling sex for years and years and years. But it's not just all about that. It's about minds meeting body, and, you know, it's comments like that that really set back any kind of discrimination.
Ignorance.
It's ignorance. Well, it wasn't whether you're a man or a woman. She just wasn't a fan, you know. You have a problem with this, don't you?
I have a great problem with it. First of all, you're all supposed to be looking like women, but you don't.
Well, neither do you. Now, that's enough.
That's okay. No, it's
I
not
thought
enough.
you were a man.
No, it's
Now
not
enough.
enough.
Wait a minute, let me tell you something.
They're all coming after you now.
Wait a minute.
She just called you.
Excuse me, Jenny.
Jenny, what is her name?
What's your name? What's your name? This is Helen.
Helen. Look at all of us.
Michelle, you go first. Michelle, what?
Look at all of us, honey. Look at all the legs, look at the face, the eyes, the hair. Do you look like this?
Takes more
Does
than
your
that
daughter
to
look
make a
like
woman,
this?
honey.
Does your daughter look like this, honey?
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
We
changed our name to Purity, and you'll save some big change. Hurry in for Purity's savings celebration with Hood Ice Cream, $1.49 with our circular coupon. Plus, Butterball turkey breast only $2.69 a pound, and tender London broil just $1.69 a pound. Come on into your new Purity for the better way to save with double manufacturer's coupons.
I'm sorry, Jenny, there's an awful lot of attitude walking around on that stage.
Not attitude.
And I have to say, ladies, you're trying your level best to look just wonderful. But an attitude like Silver's on the end ain't gonna, it's not gonna get us over to your case.
I came out here smiling, and I came out here lovely, and I just don't like to hear negativity.
But you gotta expect that.
I think you missed the
and
point.
you know what
She
I
was
said,
saying,
Louise,
she
hey,
was saying
love, I
that
spread
she
love
doesn't
to
find you
everyone.
attractive as a woman.
I don't have negativity to anyone because negativity in my life, I only give off positive energy.
Jenny,
what I'm getting today, my dear.
Jenny.
Yes.
I gotta admit, I think a little differently. Now, number one, there's people that will not accept you. Now, I've chose this lifestyle to be the way I am, and if people don't want to accept you, you know, what can you do? You can't force people to love you and like you. They either take you. I only have 2 people that loves me, and if they didn't love me, then I could kill. You know, then I would probably be hurt.
Why did
it
you
would be my
choose this
parents.
lifestyle?
My father, my mother is the 2 people that loves me. Now, for those of you here, if you love me, if you don't, it's fine. You know, it doesn't hurt me with the remark you made, ma'am. It doesn't hurt me because that's just life. And I've chose this life. I'm going to have to accept what other people's attitudes. So it's to me, it's not a problem for what she said, who she thinks is pretty,
But
who
why
she's
did
not.
you choose this life? Why did you choose it?
Because I feel comfortable with what I'm doing. And if I didn't, I wouldn't have. I won't go completely for the sex change because one thing, no matter what science does, I will never feel what a woman feels like.
10 years ago, MCI Cedar Junction was a maximum security prison with minimum control.
It was a situation that was frightening and one that was obviously out of control.
Now, a special team of guards has turned that around. IPS, or Inner Perimeter Security. These men look for drugs, weapons, and most of all, information that will prevent conflict.
I realized the potential explosiveness of the institution.
Chronicle goes inside the walls of MCI Cedar Junction tonight at 7:30.
Like I said, we don't choose it. We already are mentally female. We feel feminine. Now, this is really the problem with transsexuals. Like, I know in my case, I tried so hard to lead a boy's life, and I was pushed into a certain field because I was a feminine boy, and I just never liked it. I tried to hold down a normal job and go to school, yet I was pushed by society into selling sex because a lot of the transsexuals find it very hard from transition from male to female to really...
Well, let me ask you this. When you were growing up as a boy, 5 years old, what did you want to be? What plans did you, what did you want to do with
Well, I come from a small town in West Virginia, Martinsburg, and I know if anyone in Martinsburg is watching, they're probably saying, no one from Martinsburg would turn out like that, but somebody from Martinsburg did turn out like this. And I knew I was feminine, but I was a very quiet, very shy boy. I left at 13, so really they just thought I was quiet. They never thought that I was a little gay boy because I left. I was already in the big city by the time I was 15. I left 15 when I started really exploring myself. I was amongst people who guided me to where I wanted to go.
Now, Leigh, you talked about your parents who are accepting. I know about 5 people have asked me, what do your mothers think and what do your fathers think? And we're going to take a break and come back and find out what Mom and Dad think right after this. If you haven't noticed, we're talking to Silver, Exotica, Mimi, Leigh, and Michelle, transsexual and transvestite prostitutes, basically. And Everybody wants to know what Mom thinks. And Silver, how are your parents about all this?
My mother passed away when I was 3, but if she's anything like I am, you know, she would give off love and she would be accepting. I mean, a child is a child. I'm sure she wouldn't say, you grew up just the way I wanted you, but she would, of course, love me. I'm sure of it. And my father is from the mountains of West Virginia. I haven't seen him in years and years and years and years.
Why not?
Well, for obvious reasons, I've grown a little, something extra, a few things. I have no desire to. I mean, that's a mentality that is beyond me, and my mentality, my lifestyle is totally beyond him or the whole, you know, that whole...
How about you, Exotica? Do you have family, and how do they feel?
I have parents. My mother at the beginning was not quite happy what I used to do, you know, being a cold girl, and she didn't accept it one bit. But, you know, now, as what I'm doing now, she's happy. She gives me 100% support. I speak to her every week.
How do you tell her what you're doing? I mean, we say,
well,
hi, how you doing? What'd you do today? What do you say? Well, Mom.
Well, you know, well, I tied someone up. I suspended him, you know, and, you know, she laughs, you know.
What do you do? Tell, I mean, because this is so, you tie people up.
You see, what I do is that if someone comes into the place that I work, you know, Victoria's Playhouse, we give them an interview. And they could be novice, submissive, or they could be, you know, real slaves, that they just want to come and serve you.
Okay.
You understand?
Is there anything that you won't do? Anything that you won't do? Is there anything that you will not do?
I won't have sex with them. Or no, nothing oral, nothing like that. Everything is safe. You know, there's no contact. They can't touch me. I don't give them the privilege.
Isn't being a dominatrix a form of prostitution, though?
No.
Huh?
It is. It's a form
It's illegal.
of
I mean, is it?
No, it isn't.
It's not illegal.
I work in a legal
But what you're doing is prostitution. I mean, forget male or female or
prostitution.
You know what? It's illegal. All right, they say, quote, it's illegal, but if you've ever been to Manhattan, if anyone here in New York, you can turn on the cable channel and you can see ads for escort service with girls naked, holding their breasts up, squeezing them. I mean,
it is
you know
illegal,
that you're not taking these girls to a party.
Thelma wanted a fling. Louise wanted a future. And everywhere they stopped, they started something.
We got some kind of a snowball effect happening. Would you believe me if I told you this whole thing was an accident? I always wanted to travel. I just never got the opportunity.
You women are crazy.
You got that right.
Thelma and Louise.
You are disturbed. Yeah, I believe I am.
Rated R. Starts Friday at a theater near you.
So many in the business, in the entertainment business now, because everybo's out to eat each other.
Being a prostitute, you know, anyone can give a run-of-the-mill sloppy job, but it really takes a skilled person to be comforting. Now, I'll tell you, when a man comes to see us, they don't want ordinary. If they want it ordinary,
they want exotic.
You know,
they want the fantasy.
This is what they want. You know, we don't make the rules. We just make money off of the rules.
Is $100 worth anything?
Excuse me?
Is $100 worth anything?
A little more, please.
$100. We have
a drink. That's a
some girls call $100. I wouldn't do a $100 date, but
$100 for 10 minutes.
I mean, you have $20.
You do 10 minutes for $100.
It's okay, but for the hour, 200, 400, you know.
Is there anything that you won't do, Michelle?
Not go with a woman. That's for sure. A lot of them were like a transsexual, you know, a husband and a wife. I said,
You wouldn't want to be with a woman. Well,
I look like this.
What's so bad about being with a woman?
I know what I am.
We're not lesbians. We're straight women.
You see.
Jenny, hello, Jenny.
I think it's
Jenny,
time. Who in here has a? Where are you? Yeah, what?
What is it? Lena?
It's Lay.
Okay. I would think that you're really pretty if I saw you walking down the street. And I know that you tell people that you have both. But seeing it would be a totally different thing. Has anybody ever just freaked out?
Well, see, I have a very, very good job, too, on the side for you. I work with a big advertising agency, and they know. Because when I went to apply for the job, I told them what was going on. But we do not let my clients go on. Because when I go to work, it's very incognito. I wear suits. My hair is down. It's not all jacked. And the only reason why I'm wearing this, because just recently I met my lover's parents. And if they'd see me with my normal hair on television. And
your lover who is straight?
Yeah. And his parents are really...
No, it's a straight man. A man or a woman? It's a man. Yeah. A man.
Yeah.
Nobody
Can
wants
I tell you a little... I'll tell you a little insight into my life. I was go-go dancing in a club.
I didn't know you could get much more insight, but go ahead.
This is my personal life. That's my business life that I come on the show for. Now, I was dancing one night as a go-go girl in a club one night, and I had met this guy. He saw me. He thought I was a girl. Totally, I was a girl. And I came down from the cage, and we were talking. And
I was there.
He didn't know. Yeah, we were together. We were always together. We were born together, me and her. And he was totally straight. He's a little naive boy. Not anymore, but he was a little naive boy. And when I told him, he could not believe it. He did not believe it, but he wanted to explore it. He's not gay. He has never been gay. He's never been with a man, but this... Now, when I walked in...
Is he young? Real young?
Not really young. I mean, we're not talking 12. 22.
Okay.
Now, when I walked in today, I wasn't all dressed. I was very average. I had a little top on, chest up, and, you know, I see, like, a few faces in here that were looking at me, looking at my breasts, and looking... So...
I think you are an attractive woman.
Well,
I do. Does anybody agree with me? Yeah. Is that you?
There are many ways to travel New England.
What a great day to sail.
He takes the main streets and the back roads.
And it's high time that we take some further action
There
with
are
this
many
piece of
sides to
legislation.
the Yankee spirit. He sees them as only someone who lives it can.
So tell me, what's the biggest change you've seen around
Peter Mahegan in the stories of our times. On Chronicle, it's everything New England.
Yes, good.
I just want to know, are any of your lovers here? Or are they...
In the audience?
Yeah, are they
Mine is at
afraid
home.
to show themselves?
No, mine's own a large company, so he's back in New Jersey.
Michelle?
He's in Manhattan.
Oh, I'd love to find one in the audience. Ah, would I love to, yeah. Are you okay with this? What do you want to say?
I want to know how long each of you have done this. Silva told us that she had been doing it since, or you left your city since 12.
Yeah, but I've been in sex years.
And everybody else.
You just, when did you start working for Silver?
Oh, just like 3 months ago. And I've been doing this for maybe 10 years. From when I was very young, I used to play with my sister's clothes and pretend I was her. And it just developed and developed until I looked like this.
It's Bob.
Bob?
Bob Berkeley.
Bob has a question. Your wife was saying, go ahead, ask it, go ahead.
It's nothing that traumatic. I'm just curious, prior to this occupation or the occupation that they may have outside this field, I'm just curious what line of work they're all in.
I used to work here in Chicago at the Baton Show Lounge for 8 years. If any of you have seen the show there, I'm the Hawaiian girl that comes out. That's me.
Has anybody else had a straight job?
Yeah, see, now this is the problem with transsexuality. I've done everything. I go to school, I do this, there's nothing I don't do, but I had maintained a job for 4 years as a boy while my transition was going. I don't really want to say the company, but I was an assistant to a man who is in the media. He's very well known, who deals with a lot of well-known people, and as it turned out, as my transformation started really coming to be, you know, it's very hard to hold on to both. I'm living a duality, not so much anymore because I'm pushing that behind me.
Yeah, but if you could have a day job,
I had a day job before. I still do actually have the job. I'm just phasing it out, but I would be at work with this man, and then I was a boy, breast pushed in with a sports bra. Literally, some days I would run, catch a cab, bra, push up, makeup in the cab to go see a client, and it's bizarre. But
see, I have a day job, but I enjoy oral sex a lot.
Ooh.
And I feel like if I can do it very well, I feel like if I can do it very well, why don't I get paid for it? And I intend to get me things that I want in life, and you know, I do want a very beautiful home. Things that I can say it's definitely mine. I come from a well-to-do family, but then I chose to do this because I wanted to. And that's the reason why my parents accept me, because I did not ask for a cent or anything. I just went on to it. But I go home like this, they come and visit me like this. It's
you know,
no
I kept saying what kind of a guy would go, and don't you have to wonder what kind of a man would go to these
you know
women.
what?
But you don't have to wonder, Jenny. All you have to do
You
is
never
look
know.
around, and
You
it's
never
everyone's
know.
husband.
Yeah.
You keep saying it's a typical person that might
You
be
know what?
sitting.
I see Christmas pictures of the family. I've seen pictures of the white picket fence.
Men with wives and children.
See, no one knows what goes behind a man's mind.
And I mean,
we're about to find out because when we come back from break, you're about to meet a guy who does pay to have sex with she hookers right after this.
She-male.
For a transcript of today's show, send $3 to Donahue Transcripts, 267 Broadway, New York, New York, 1007, or call 212-227-READ.
Craves it more than sex. Food. Explore the deepest, darkest obsession for women today. Eating. Next, Donahue.
Let me just make sure, in advance of this trial in Phoenix, which is in July, involving Mr. Barney, he will be a witness for the prosecution.
Yes, he will be.
There are no charges have been filed at all against your client.
None at this time.
When you say not at this time, may we assume that the police wonder whether or not he might have been guilty of some kind of aggression, which is presumably going to be the defense's case or claim, is it not?
I have no idea what the defense's claim is, but that's certainly a possibility, yes.
So you're going to essentially go to court with a client who asserts that he was, in an unprovoked way, physically violated by another person.
That is the county attorney's office position, I believe. I don't speak for the county attorney, but that obviously is their position at this time.
I see. All right. Yes, ma'am.
Darius, were you advised today by your lawyer not to dress up in women's clothes?
Oh, I don't dress up 24 hours. I only do it to work.
Mona, what kind of preparation have you had for your surgery, psychological or physical?
Psychological.
And are you covered? How are you going to pay for this, Mona?
My boyfriend will pay for.
Who will? Your boyfriend?
Yeah.
I see. Yes.
I just wanted to say that I respect all of your rights to do with your life whatever you like, but it's really a sad comment in our society when you have to risk your life in order to make your living.
I like to ask Silver, what makes you think the environment made you what you are? You are who you let yourself be, aren't you?
Yes, you're beautiful.
Yes.
I want to know from Silver, what are you going to do with your psychology degree?
I plan hopefully to get my doctorate someday.
Services provided and promotional fees paid
May I
by the
ask you to
following.
join me in thanking all...
Amazing.